Dr. Raju, is it true that the land earmarked for Bannerghatta National Park is decreasing? Are encroachers to blame?
Now, the status of the land has been very clearly identified on the ground. We have created the physical barrier like elephant proof trench and also the solar power fence, and we have got well established stones laid on the boundary and cairns established on the boundary. So, as of now, there is no possibility of encroaching even an inch of land, but earlier some kind of attempts were made. Uh, Locally, lot of people depending upon the forest for various things like domestic quarrying, commercial quarrying, and conversion of the forest land into non-forestry purpose like agriculture, horticulture. And since Bannerghatta Biological Park is very closely located to Bangalore, and people are tempted to have some kind of a farmland activities around the national park and all that. So, these kind of activities have really provoked the people to attempt for the encroachment. Where all such attempts were noticed, we have mercilessly evicted them out and we have booked the forest offences and we are legally dealing them. But now there is no scope as of now. But here and there some attempts are being made just to trespass their cattle into the national park. A lot of people are having the village cattle at their disposal, and since we have barricaded the area all around by way of elephant proof trench and rubble wall, they dismantle the wall or even close the elephant proof trench and allow their cattle to go into the forest. And by using that passage, our wild animals also will come out of the forest and causing some kind of panic to the public. So, accepting these things, not such serious threat of encroachment is there as of now. That is, I am referring only the fresh encroachment. Old encroachment cases are there. We have already booked the offence, and legal proceedings are happening on the people, and that will be culminated with definitely actions as per the act.
Right. Dr. Raju, how do you propose to increase the forest belt around the park?
Yes, it is a beautiful question you have asked. The new concept of management of this national park and wildlife sanctuaries is adding up the areas. So, there are 2-3 ways Government of India has legally provided through the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 in the amendment, very recent amendment. There the scope is there for having the conservation reserves and the community reserves. Say for example, Bannerghatta National Park, we have already delineated the boundary has been demarcated, but still in the periphery we have got lot of government land having the forest character. So, those lands directly can be brought under the category of the conservation reserves. So, that is one way of adding. Government can issue simple notification amalgamating that into the national park. At the same time, village have some of the tank foreshore areas and village Gomal land and village tree parks. These kinds of in the olden days people used to raise a lot of trees for the village benefit like that. So, such grooves, if village decides to amalgamate that into the around national park or the wildlife sanctuary, they can pass the resolution at the village level, and through a notification it can be ought to the existing wildlife sanctuary or the national park. So, these are the two ways scope is there to improve the existing forest.
Dr. Raju, animals usually stray out of forests for food, particularly elephants. Thus begins an animal-human conflict. Most often animals bear the brunt of human insensitivity. Sometimes animals too attack humans. How do you propose to end this conflict?
Yes, man-animal conflict is really a serious challenge before the forester. Most of the time this conflict takes place from the people side, it is not from the animal side. So, I substantiate my stand by quoting some valid reasons. The people who are living around the forest, as I have already mentioned, they are depending upon the forest for their day to day life, for collection of firewood, for collection of leaves, for collection of timber, all illegally only, and they are also letting their cattle into the forest. So, once all these kinds of activities are actually happening in the forest, a lot of disturbance takes place, and also they set the fire during the summer season to get a new flush of grass for their cattle, and also their cattle depending upon the water available in the forest itself. So, this says very clearly and evidently that whatever is available for the animals in the forest is shared by the human beings and his cattle. So, when there is a crisis in the forest, when there is no enough fodder is available, when there is no enough water is available in the forest, animal are tempted to come out. So, once they are coming out, yes, definitely it will end up with the conflict only. So, conflict normally takes place for the water and the fodder. If the water and fodder is guaranteed to them in the forest itself, definitely they will not come out, or even if they are coming out, maybe in a very, very small number they will come out. So, conflict to that extent can be reduced. So, here our responsibility is to contain the animal inside the forest by providing sufficient fodder and sufficient water, and there shall not be any disturbances like fire, collection of timber, collection of firewood, etc. and etc. And people also going to the forest for the tourism, and there is an excessive tourism also, there is an element of excessive tourism. They are actually using the area beyond its carrying capacity. So, once all these activities are regulated, to some extent we can reduce the man animal conflict. So, mainly man animal conflict is happening with reference to the elephants, with reference to the leopards, with reference to the bears. Very recently, last 2 weeks back, a pair of a mother bear with 2 cubs was strayed out of forest in Gubi Taluk. So, bear was mercilessly beaten, and another bear cub, a small cub of 3-4 week old, was also beaten, and we could able to rescue them, and they are brought here in Bannerghatta National Park, Biological Park. We are housing them and we are treating.
How are they now?
They are doing well, and one of the bear cub is not really doing well, which has received a very bad hit from the people. Of course, it is struggling, but still we are taking care of it. And likewise leopards stray out of the forest and go to this village vicinity and either get killed or get injured, and all such animals are actually brought here. We have got a rescue and rehabilitation center in the biological park itself, and in addition to the animals which are rescued from the circus, and these kinds of animals which are rescued are brought here and housed, and that is how we are actually taken care of.
Treat them and leave them in the forest?
We treat them. We have not yet released them into the forest. We are actually taking care of them, and this man animal conflict is a serious problem unless people tries to understand the existence of the animals along with them. It is very difficult to
Coexistence
yes,
is very important.
coexistence principle one has to understand.